It's the Date Master. Yes, you're back with another video. Make sure you hit that notification bell, like, comment, feedback. All is welcome. We're going to get into some conspiracy, or should I say reality conspiracy. A lot of people see images and they do not have a firm understanding on what those images subconsciously do to them or do to their subconscious. People think when we talk about the gender reversal and the Illuminati and all of this, they have a conspiracies bias, a conspiracy bias, and they basically omit it as just more propaganda or something that's not true. But one thing about it, you can see a consistency when it comes to imagery. When you look at the most recent Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and Rihanna and ASAP Rocky, when you look at the photos, why do you think the female is in the dominant positions when you look at the body language? I know I've said this in a few videos that I'm going to do a in-depth video on body language, and that is the absolute next video I'm going to do. I'm going to break down the body language of women, especially when it involves a man or their quote-unquote men, husbands, boyfriends, etc., etc. Now, one would ask, well, I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, it just shows a different perspective. Having a different perspective is one thing. Pushing an agenda is something totally different. What you see here, this is all agenda based. They're trying to make the man obsolete as far as his leadership, his information, his intelligence, everything that makes him a man of leadership and dominance. They're trying to pretty much neutralize that. One would say, well, why is that? Why would they do that? Well, I'll tell you why. When you put a emotionally charged person in charge of something or in the front of something, you can almost guarantee it is going to crash out, because the leadership is going to be based on emotion, not what makes sense, not what is practical. America is pretty much on the brink of falling. It is just imploding from the inside out. So in order to get it back to maintaining, economics has to be at the peak, meaning our currency, our economic system has to be flowing at a rate that other countries cannot keep up with. This fuels the tax base for military aid and military setup. You look at the billions that we're funneling to Ukraine. You got to ask yourself, why is Biden sending all of this money to another country, yet he declined helping those in the Ohio area that had the toxic chemical spill? They sent hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine, but they won't send $1 million or a couple million to Ohio for toxic waste. Make that make sense. Ask yourself, why is he even still in the president's chair? Old, senile, falling asleep, talking to ghosts. So now they have this whole conversation around competency. I advise you, man, to stay in the loop when it comes to politics. Now, I'm not saying buy into them all the way, but you need to be abreast as to what is taking place. They now are trying to push a mental competency test for politicians across the board that are over the age of 75. I would say politicians that are over the age of 60, because how can you be a career politician? Ask yourself, how does that make sense? How have there been people in Congress that have been in Congress for 30 years? Joe Biden being one of them. And then he just so happened to, well, we need a president. Let's Joe Biden to do it. Saying contradictory things when he was in Congress, now coming out as president denouncing those things that he said, because he had a very racial stance when it came to the 3 strikes law, which came out in the early 90s under the Clinton administration. So I don't say buy into politics, but you need to be aware. You need to be in the loop of everything that involves the place in which you dwell. America, the West, this new world disorder that you're seeing is all by design, because what you will have is, when you get people so enthralled and so entangled of the gender war, the pedo war, the pronouns. They're having high level discussions about if you should call a man him or her or they or them, and being able to use the same restroom as a woman. This was going on under the Obama administration. Out of all of the real issues that we have and the dilemmas that we have, such as black on black crime, and I don't even like using that phrase or that terminology, homelessness, single motherhood, you think we should be talking about whether or not this person can use the same pisser or shitter as this person? They're normalizing dysfunction and chaos as normalcy. That is the goal. We're going into a backwards. This is why they're pushing for men to be able to have babies out of their body. Womb transplant, artificial insemination. Just think about that. I can go and get another person's sperm who I don't know. I only have their on paper attributes, intelligence, education level, completed, race, height, etc. But I don't have their information about their spirit. What kind of secrets do they hold? What kind of traumas do they hold? Is my seed, is my womb going to be polluted with those same traumas and secrets? They don't ask these questions. But you're seeing an agenda where the man is being pushed to the back and the woman is being brought to the front because the woman is easy to manipulate. That's why these women are chasing these high salary, never made over 100,000. They all of a sudden, when they get on camera, you notice how when they get on camera, every woman makes over 100,000 almost. But the statistics don't show that. All of these women have these proposals from high level guys, but they never get married. One thing I know with women in statistics is that they hate facts. You can hit a woman in the face with a book of facts and it'll stick to her for a week. She still won't believe it hit her because because it had facts on the front. These women hate statistics. They hate data because the data is the trump card to their delusion. These women have all these anecdotal situations and stories. Well, I know a hoe that got married to a high value man. It is all based upon what they've seen and what they've experienced. The truth doesn't matter because this is what I feel. This is what I believe. So again, we must stay vocal, stay resilient in this fight. Because they're going after your children at this point by way of the mother, because the mother is too consumed with work and trying to have a certain lifestyle and go on vacation. She doesn't give a damn what is being taught to her child. She doesn't give a damn what her child is looking at on TikTok, as long as the child is out of her face so she can be on TikTok, dancing like a damn fool, thinking she's cute and sexy. Oh, I'm happy. I'm dancing on TikTok. Looking like a damn fool. This is going to be the new world in just a moment. If you don't wake up, if you don't protect, at this point, fellas, it's get rich or die trying. You're the happy wife, happy life. That shit, that was, you've been sold one with that one. If you're using your life and your energy to make a woman happy, which you know she's an insatiable creature, she can never be happy. The only time she's happy is in turmoil and emotional disruption. That is the only time she's happy. You cannot save a fool from themselves. You must get away from them. A fool must seek salvation, meaning they have to come to you for the insight or the information or whatever the case may be to come out of whatever situation or condition they're in. You cannot forcefully save them or help them out of that position because they're going to reject it. Because once they take it, they can no longer be the victim. They can no longer have anything to complain about. They can no longer mingle in the circles in which that same rhetoric is perpetuated. They're around women who do the same shit. That's why you got to look at a woman's friends, associates. Who does she hang with? and ask yourself why. What do they have in common? She's a baby mother. You're not. Yeah, you'll be a baby mother soon. Because what do you have in common? She's a parent. You're not. She sleeps around with these guys. You claim you don't. But you later find out that they all do the same thing, which is why it makes them so comfortable hanging around those same people. There's a new world disorder on the way. It's pretty much here. Again, I suggest you guys stack your bread, get your passports, whatever you need to do. I predict a great exodus will take place, and they will try to come with some type of legislation that won't allow black men to leave this country. You'll be pretty much a prisoner of war. I predict there is going to be a huge exodus. It's actually taking place right now, but it's going to get more coverage and more coverage because they're trying to act like they don't see it as far as the passport bros, et cetera, but they know it's taking place. That's why they're trying to go after the children that are already here. But I digress. But you guys let me know what you think about this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It's the Date Master.